Hello, welcome to RTD's English News Edition, the top stories. The Ministry of Women, in partnering with the UNFD, celebrated the National Week of the Child. And on the regional news, death toll at the Taik in Sinai raises at 305 dead. Thank you for joining us. As part of his 5-day visit, the President of the National Assembly, Mohammed Ali Hamad, who is accompanied by a strong delegation composed of parliamentarians from both countries, and the Speaker of the Somali Federal Parliament, Mohammed Sheikh Osman Al-Jawari, went yesterday to the Beledweyne region where a group of Hilwalal battalion is based. Upon their arrival at Beledweyne Airport, the delegation led by the two presidents was welcomed by the president of the region of Beledweyne, the Honorable Mohammed Abdi Warre, the customary authorities, the heads of federal authorities, and the senior officers of the Army's armed forces, led by General Osman Nur Subakle. After greetings of youth, as well as the host's visit, the base of Section 4 Hilwalal Battalion, where a report of the various operations in multiple areas of intervention of the Djiboutian soldiers was presented to them. In the same vein, the PAN had the honor of sharing the AMISOM medal awarding ceremony for soldiers at the end of their mission. Finally, in accordance with the pre-established program, the delegation went to the city of Beledweyne, where it received an unprecedented popular welcome after the military base visited Lamagale. Installed at the edge of the river in the middle of a green landscape, the various personalities took the speech in this event. In the first place, the Ogas Hassan Ogas Khalif, the president of the region, and the governor and the prefect were keen to pay tribute, first of all, to the courage and determination of the Djiboutian soldiers of Hilwalal Battalion, who an enormous sacrifice for the restoration of peace and security throughout the region. In addition, these personalities have given special recognition to President Ismail Margele, who has never spared his efforts in the reconciliation of the Somali people since his accession to the Supreme Magistrature of the country. The President of the Somali Parliament, Mohammed Sheikh Osman Al-Jawari, thanked the Djiboutian delegation led by President Hamad. In turn, the President of the National Assembly, Mohammed Ali Hamad, thanked all the authorities, the people of Beledweyne, for their hospitality and their legendary hospitality. He stressed that Somalia is a brother country with whom we share a long-standing fraternity destined to last in time. The legacy of Somalia in its growth have always been a priority for our country, he said, and especially for our President, who has never stopped working for the stability of the Somali nation. And here I wish to convey to you greetings in support of His Excellency Ismail Margele said. The Minister of Labour in charge of the administration reform, Hassan Idris Semire, presided this morning the ceremony marking the rehabilitation of the headquarters of the General Union for Djiboutian workers, a new headquarters entitled Labour Exchange. The mayor of the capital, Mrs. Fatuma Awal Osman, as well as the executive members of the UGTD, led by its General Secretary Said Younis Wabri, took part in this ceremony of renovation of the seat of UDGTD, which brings together various unions of the Djiboutian workers. The rehabilitation of these premises comes a week from the International Conference of Affiliates and Friends of the Trade Union Federation, a conference on health and safety at work, and which will be organized to take part in the trade unions of African countries. Of course, according to the trade unionists, who have said they are proud to renew their premises and to be able to organize this conference, which shows the role that UGTD in the world bodies of labor. And the Minister of Labour took the opportunity to thank the participants and highlighted the value of labor law. And it's great honor for our country, say the conference that will start on December 3 on 2017. On the occasion of the celebration of the National Week of the Djiboutian Child, sponsored by the Ministry of Women and Family and the National Union of Djiboutian Women, jointly organized at the head of office of the UNFD on November 2016, a ceremony of presentation of materials for special needs children that income generating activities to parents. These materials composed of special bags, cradles, eyeglasses, hearing aids, crutches will allow to improve the daily life of these children. As for the parents, they receive materials that will enable them to start an income generating activities. This initiative is part of the support program for children with special needs. Initiated by the ministry, which for the past year has been providing support and material and medical support to these children. It should also be noted that so far 185 children have benefited from this support, and the ceremony was chaired by the Minister of Women and Family. The Minister of Women and Family did not fail to point out that this initiative will not be the last. She also reminded that the situation of the EAPS is a priority of the government before proceeding to the delivery of equipment in the field. And like the National Week of the Child celebrated in Djibouti this morning, on this occasion, the Minister of Women and the Family proceeded this morning to distribute kits for the new born in the hospital Sheko and after the hospital Dar Hanan. And this creation is part of the improvement of the conduction of life for the poorest families. The Red Sea Association has organized today a training workshop in Bandar Jadid on the protection of the environment for the benefit of the teacher and school director as well as the civil society. The protection of the environment is at the heart of the concerns of the international community, and this is why the Red Sea Association, in partnership with the MENFOP and the Embassy of Japan, was opening a training workshop on the protection of the environment. The launching ceremony of this program took place in the presence of Mrs. Fatouma Ali, President of the Red Sea Association, Hasna Maki, Technical Advisor to the Prime Minister, and Ali Muhammad Abdu, Technical Advisor to the Minister of Justice, as well as parents of high schools and of the civil society. This workshop aims to educate school principals, parents and students as well alike about alerting our environment in order to increase the level of knowledge to the stakes of garbage, and it is also to involve the teachers and to teach the parent how to waste management. On Saturday, November 25th, it is at the Ali Sabih Regional Hospital that the Carabiniers of Health led their, as well as it began to week of consultations, specialized care and surgical operations in the land of Sujok. As part of the official launch of their activities, the Carabiniers received in the early morning a courtesy visit from the delegation led by the prefect of the region, Muhammad Wabura Sowe, to inquire visually about the unfolding activities provided by specialist caravan doctors. And thus the prefect and his delegation greatly appreciated the guided tour that was presented to them by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble, and Director of Ali Sabih Regional Hospital, and as well as Dr. Adnan Ibrahim Bouh, Director General, National Institute of Public Health of Djibouti. Indeed, for a week, this medical surgical caravan of about 15 specialists and health technicians will be responsible for providing quality care and specialized services to the population of Asajok. And from the first hours of the day, the hospital's flagship of Ali Sabih flooded with the innumerable crowd that came from all nearby localities to be consulted. And also, as part of the launch of the medical caravan in the south of the country, a team of caravaneers of health began their consultations in Dakhil and on Saturday as well in Okar. This consultation, specialized care and surgical operations will take place throughout the week until December 1st at Dakhil Hospital, with a planned consultation number for the region of more than 15,000. At the end of the morning, the prefect of the region, Muhammad Sheikh Hassan, and the president of the regional council conducted a guided tour with the Secretary General of Health, Ahmed Roble, and Director of the Hospital Peltier, as per of the official launch of activities of the caravan. The local authorities were thus able to inquire about the smooth running of the consultation sessions, and they also encouraged all the medical staff of the caravan who began a mission to benefit for the population of Okar. Indeed, during Awaken Progress, this medical surgical caravan made up of about 30 health specialists and technicians will be responsible for providing quality care and specialized services to the Okar population, who came in large numbers from all over the world, from all over the country, neighboring localities to be consulted. On the regional news now, Egypt mourns mosque massacres as the military strikes back. The death toll in Egypt's worst militant attack in modern history has now passed to 300. Hindi Ibrahim has more to tell us.
The death toll in Egyptian war's militant attack in modern history has now passed 300. Militant storm Safi Mosque in Nuri al-Orish town in northern Sinai province and spread cover at the worship place during 3-day prayers. No one has claimed responsibility, but the government has blamed so-called Islamic State. ISIL may have been motivated to attack the mosque because they regard service as unbelievers who refer sand and trainees.
Humanitarian aid reaches Yemen as crisis worsens. Hindi Ibrahim has more to tell us.
Humanitarian aid reaches Yemen as the crisis worsens. The flights carrying medical supplies and aid workers are the first allowed in nearly 3 weeks since a blockade imposed on the war-torn country speaks an international outcry. Aid has finally started to arrive in Yemen capital Sanaa, where a humanitarian crisis is threatening the lives of millions of people. Many of them are young children.
This is it for this news. Thank you for joining us on RTD and have a good night.